I'm Anthony Jones, and this is the Always Elevating Podcast. Why the brutal schedule, for your first head coach job?
There's no other way. I only know one way.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Anthony Jones. Everybody call me AJ. This is presented by my nonprofit, AJ's Automatic Jumper Foundation. Please accept my invitation and hit that like and subscribe button to help grow the channel. And also, we want to bring some exposure to Michigan basketball. This is the 8th episode of Always Elevating. And I have one of the most electrifying players to come out of the city. He's a former pro. He played overseas for several years. He had and still has a crazy handle. He can shoot the lights out. In Stephen A. Smith voice, he can drop 30 in his sleep. He is currently the head coach of a prominent AAU squad, D Rice Elite. He was selected by me to be the head coach of the West All-Stars in my high school All-Star game. He is the newly head coach of Powerhouse, Warren De La Salle. We got Denarryl Rice in the building, man. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, AJ?
I'm glad we finally got you on,
quite
man.
An introduction, man. I appreciate it.
Did I get everything right? Did I leave out anything?
You got everything right, man. Salute to you, Ari.
All right, so before we get started, you may know, you may not know, I like to give all my guests, a gift, just appreciation for coming on the show. So I know you be rocking the money ball joints, man.
Definitely rock money ball. We represent for sure.
So I had to hook you up with the automatic jumper.
Automatic jumper. That mean I'm gonna have an automatic jumper?
You already got one.
Okay.
You can almost shoot as good as me. You almost there.
Okay. We'll take that. Appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot.
Oh yeah, no doubt. So I want to get straight into it, man. We got so much to talk. We always debating and talking basketball and stuff like that. So me and you, we known each other for 20 years, more or less, something like that. But I don't know that much about you prior to us meeting. So talk to me about when you first was introduced into the game of basketball and who introduced you. And also, when did you know that you was gonna be good at the game of basketball?
Man,
I know it's difficult to think
journey.
back.
No, I know exactly when. As far as just growing up in a household, watching the Pistons. Honestly, always been a Pistons fan, an Isaiah Thomas fan at a young age. I went to a Montessori school, and in Montessori school we had graduations. So my kindergarten graduation, you had to write what you want to be when you grow up. And I knew right then, like across stage, they put you on a microphone, and I said I'm gonna be a basketball player, professional basketball player, And it sounds cliche because all kids want to play basketball, but I stayed solid and continued to pursue my dream, and here I am today.
Man, that's a great story. So, did you play any other sports besides basketball, or was it strictly basketball?
Yeah, growing up, man, I played them all. Soccer was my first sport. Soccer helped my coordination. Then basketball was my next. I played baseball, played football. Really good at football. Football was came natural to me. Could have played in college, had some football offers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that.
But basketball was my passion and my love. So, that was more challenging for me. So it's something that I want to continue to work and get better at.
So you mentioned football. If I was going to ask you if you had to play another sport, which one would it be? So would it be football, and what position did you play?
Yeah, so it's funny. I was big in physical fitness, conditioning, and I
could see that by them strong shoulders you got over there.
So in high school, college, when I got to college, I always said I've been a Deion Sanders fan, Bo Jackson, guys that play multiple sports. So I was I wanted to play professional basketball, but I want to be the first to go play football, go play defensive back or be a running back. So I always, in the back, kept my body physically in shape. So everybody thought it was always for basketball. I was no, just in case I want to do a combine, that's, I want to play football.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when I was doing research on you, I found out that you, in your childhood, you moved around, you moved out of state, I didn't know that, you came back. Talk to me about your childhood overall and how the moving impacted you, or if it did.
Yeah, it impacted me a hell of a lot. Taught me a lot about myself. It helped me mentally stronger, just to where I'm at today. So just handling adversity. A lot of people don't know I went to 5 high schools in 4 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just the traveling, the sitting out, that just made me more hungrier. So any type of adversity I had in college, I was already prepared for it.
So you mentioned that, you know, you bounced around in high school. Kind of just, you know, take me through your journey in high school, you know, from freshman year to your senior year at Southfield Lathrop.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Just to simplify, you know, I'm Oak Park through and through. You know, went to elementary in Oak Park, middle school in Oak Park. Always follow Oak Park, big bros, big homies from Oak Park. So you couldn't tell me that I wasn't gonna be a scholar and a student athlete, you know, a student athlete at Oak Park High School. So went to Oak Park my freshman year. Okay. Howard Golden was my gym teacher in 8th grade. My goal was to play varsity as a freshman, right? Golden was like, I've never played a freshman on varsity, like, and you're not gonna be the first.
Wow.
You know, so that summer I just continued to work, went to a couple team camps. Allen Iverson was my favorite player at that time, went to Georgetown, John Thompson camp. Took the bus way out there. I worked religiously on my game, you know, every day. So fast forward, when the season came, you know, I started out on JV, but the end goal was varsity. So after probably about 5 or 6 games, Howard Golden was like, you're gonna be the first person I ever bring up on varsity.
Wow.
And so that kind of like, you know, showed me if I continue to work, you know, the results from that work.
Gave you that confidence.
Gave me that confidence, absolutely.
I love that story, man. So let's transition to, you know, college. I played in, you know, 3 different colleges. I know you played in multiple colleges. You know, just kind of, you know, summarize your college, you know, journey.
Yeah. So you want me, we can touch on that. Do you want me to backtrack to the high school? Because that was his freshman year. Or you want me to?
However you want to do it.
Just since we getting a full story, let's get a full story.
Yeah.
So freshman year, played varsity, one of the top freshmen in the state. Played AAU with the Michigan Mustangs. That's kind of where that really grew my confidence. We were one of the top teams in the country. Played with a lot of elite guys: Calvin Tolbert, Robert Whaley. You know, Chris Greer at that time. Norm Oden was the head of the Mustangs. So then after that, that's when the movement started, right? Okay. We transitioned after a great freshman year, ready for my sophomore year. Family got a new job. We relocated to Chicago.
Wow.
Yeah, so I went to Chicago, out in the suburbs, in South Elgin. Went to high school in St. Charles. Just to keep it 100, you know, they was a suburban school. Coach was like, they didn't really know me. They was gonna put me on JV. That was, you know, I got an ego, I got pride. I'm like, no. You know, so my whole sophomore year, I just decided to train on my own. Woke up every day on the hour, 5:30 in the morning. You know, going to the Y, working out in front of my house. And that whole year, you know, I begged my fam to move back. Long story short, I worked out, came back my junior year, and you know, it's like I picked up where I left off. You know, and then went to West Bloomfield. West Bloomfield wasn't an ideal school for me. We was in a nice area with my family, and then that's when I ended up finishing up at Lathrop, and that's where, you know, I had a strong season my senior year.
So was it true that, you know, I know you averaged around 20 points your sophomore senior year at Lathrop.
Yeah.
Were you coming off the bench?
Yeah, man.
That is crazy.
So my head coach, shout out to Coach Character. You know, we 100 now, but it was just the old school, new school thing. I think my game at that time was ahead of its time.
Yeah.
So like the things that, you know, not to boast or brag, but the things you see Curry and Kyrie and those guys doing now, like I was doing back then, but it really wasn't accepted to that point. It was like, oh, he's being fancy, or he's an and-one guy. And you know, looking back, me and my coach laugh about it now. You know, I'll still be pissed off about it because I'll probably be in a different situation, but I respect it. I understand where you're coming from. And then that's just kind of where I took off and went to junior college from there. Okay. Played for George Sarkanian, Jerry's son, out in Las Vegas, CCSN. And then from there, Western Michigan, but I finished up at Arkansas Tech.
Okay.
So well-traveled for sure.
Definitely. I want to talk about overseas. You know, a lot of kids, if they can't make it to the NBA, you know, you got that route to go through. You know, I played over there. I loved it. You know, I just want to get, you know, a lot of people don't even know we played on the same exact team. Not the same year. You were there before me. I think I came a year or two later. Talk to me about, your overseas life and how you liked it over there.
Yeah, we was in Slovakia, so you know the grind.
That was one of my best years that I had.
That was one of my funnest years that I had. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, and just for the people, like, it's a grind. It's it's not peaches and cream how everybody thinks.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. But it also teaches you about life. And if you take it the right approach, you can enjoy your experience over there.
Yeah.
Like, my thing was just like, it's not about basketball. Let me enjoy the culture, the food, the people.
Yeah.
Let me live it up while I'm here, because it doesn't last forever. So I got a slogan where I say to my kids, it's bigger than basketball.
Yeah.
So because if you just too locked in, you'd be miserable, you'd be frustrated, because there's so many hills to climb overseas.
Yeah.
It's from adversity. But my pro career, didn't necessarily go how I wanted to go, but looking back, I don't have no regrets.
Yeah.
I said in this game I'm gonna get everything I have, and that's what I did. As far as from a playing standpoint, and when I shut it down, I could shut it down and be okay with myself. I gave it every ounce that I had.
What year was that? When did you shut it down from overseas?
So it's 2024 right now. I officially shut it down 13, 14.
Okay.
But I got a call to go overseas, South America, play over there in Bolivia for a little bit. And, got that itch again. I still get the itch.
Yeah.
But, even getting in shape right now, you never know. You never know. But no, I always knew I wanted to give back, take my experiences, share them with the kids, and coach as well.
Yeah, that's a good story. I was over there by myself, no family, no friends, so you definitely got to lock in. You by yourself over there. So I want to bring it back to the stateside. I know you played in the Drew League, the legendary Drew League. Talk to me about how you even got affiliated with playing over there, and how did you enjoy it?
Yeah, and that's just from being in the pro-am. Trying to pursue my professional career, you got to travel. And so we played in the Las Vegas pro-am. A lot of teams, a lot of states from between cities, whether Chicago, LA, Atlanta, one of the top pro-ams in the country for money, and it's a funny story. It's a guy named Al from Chicago, Chuck Bailey.
Yeah.
He kind of recommended me to the guy. He told him about me.
Okay.
And Al gave me a call. Actually, I gave Al a call because, I was pursuing my dream. He didn't know nothing about me. I told him, I want to roll. He who is you? You know what I'm saying? I'm I gave him the rundown. He said, no, young fella, I don't think you're ready. You know what I'm saying? So I stayed persistent.
Yeah.
I would call him listen, somebody drop off, I'm ready.
Right.
Let me know. I didn't know him from Adam, just a phone call.
Right.
So he kind of got tired of me. He said, you know what, young fella? You can go, but you got to pay your way, and you're not going to play. I said, cool. Just put me on the team.
Right.
So flew myself out there, didn't know none of those guys. And from there, one of the guys got hurt. I believe it was Stephen Hanna, and I forgot the other guard's name. Some elite guards.
Okay.
Pretty high profile program. A lot of NBA guys, former NBA guys, overseas guys, stuff like that. And he gave my opportunity. We were down 20. I came in, I think I finished the
First
game.
half or second half?
No, we was down 20 when I got in the first half.
Okay.
Yep. And so kind of towards second quarter, we play NBA pro 12-minute quarters. So it's everything long games. So he gave me my shot. I knew, from Detroit, we aggressive.
Right,
we gonna right away.
Right.
And I didn't look back. I ended up with 40 that game.
Oh my God.
And he said, from here on out, wherever I go, you rolling with me. And from there, playing against LA teams, Drew League representatives, they called me, we gotta have you on our team. I thought it was a joke. I'm I never heard of the Drew League.
Wow.
They we want you to come play in this program. I'm what? So, they was serious. They hit me up, flew me out, brought me in, put me up, and from there it was all she wrote. I played in the Drew League 8 years. That was my home in the summertime. that connected me to like getting other jobs as a pro. And then that's when I started training, being in that circle. Because in LA, it's just nothing but training, skill development, all of that. They're ahead of the game on that. So big shout out to Roland Jones, Keon, Keys, Chanel Smiley from Drew League, all of those people.
So
like,
that's what ignited like the training and all of that.
That gave me like, that's ignited training, and then that just gave me supreme confidence. They was, you know, because I was playing against, like, we play against pros here, but it's not as many pros in LA. So like the James Harden, the Klay Thompson, like everybody was just out there. So it was like me doing more than just hold my own. They like, who was you? So that gave me the confidence, and then tapped into the training. I was like, okay, like that kind of sealed it, where it was like, I can play this game at a high level whether I make it to the league or not.
Wow.
Like,
Wow, I love that story, man. So let's transition to AAU. You know, you, like I said in the introduction, you are, you know, the head coach of D Rice Elite. You know, when did you first start, you know, being the head coach for AAU, and what made you want to tap into that?
So I've had my program, D Rice Elite, for going into its 10th year.
Wow.
And I just started the Recreation Center, JCC, Jewish Community Center. Shout out to JCC. And it was my nephews, Tobias Johnson and Romy Johnson. I wanted to help my sister out with her boys rather. And we started a little rec league, and then we won the championship. Then parents started inquiring, like, "Dude, you should do more with this." I'm like, "Nah," you know. But with the help of Jessica, Shimon, she kind of was pushing me towards like building a program and being a coach. And we kind of started small steps. We stayed in the rec. Then I'm like, okay, we can serve here. Then we'll branch out. Then we went off to like other cities around the surrounding areas. We conquered that. Then we're gonna go further out. We went further out, and that's when we just started traveling. Like, okay, we got something here. And I stuck with that one team for a while until, you know, I was confident, secure enough to build more.
Wow, that's great. So what's some of the differences between like AAU and high school?
From playing perspective or coaching perspective?
From a playing perspective.
Playing perspective is the best of the best. You know, when high school, you can get range from freshman to senior. And AAU is the best of the best in that class. You know, so everybody that you're getting was the best pretty much at their school. So you gotta kind of bottle those egos, you know, and get those guys to play together, and not just play together, play the right way. And I wanted to be, you know, kind of a branch from the head coach of a high school to AAU, because a lot of, like, nowadays head coaches don't get along with AAU programs because they teaching something totally opposite. And I want to be on the same page with all the high school coaches. Like, no, I'm trying to teach these guys the right way, so when they get to your program, they're going to be just as good or better when you see them after the summertime. You know, and that was my goal. It wasn't trying to be the top program. It was like, let me develop these kids.
So you mentioned high school. You know, when did you start becoming a high school coach? Was it North Farmington? Was that your first job, or when did you start?
So my brother went to West Bloomfield, and I think he graduated in 10. I helped out with Coach White, and then Coach Denhigh for a little bit. I was a teacher. You know, I teach too.
Do it all.
So I started helping out over there just a little bit, and then I started taking a liking into it. And I'm like, okay. Then from there, it was opportunity to meet North Farmington. Shout out to Todd Negotian, all those guys. They gave me a shot to come over there and help their program. And from there, it just kind of took off. You know, I enjoyed helping those guys, and now, I mean, sent a lot of guys to college.
That's great. So I know, like, in the NBA, when it's, you know, when coaches move around and they say, like, you know, this coach flew to LA, they're gonna have a meeting, the team is gonna pitch them. We don't know, like, all of the, you know, the intricate details of everything. If you can, as much as you can, talk to me about, you know, you're the head coach of De La Salle now. You know, did they reach out to you? You know, did you reach out to them? You know, where was the meeting? What was the conversations like? As much as you can say. Honestly,
man, like they say, God work in mysterious ways. It was I almost was at De La Salle last year with Coach John. You know, I had a interview and a good talk with him last year. We got a pretty solid relationship, And I just didn't feel it was the right time. And time is everything. And I just, I'm a loyal person, so I wanted to finish out the guys that I brought or came to North Farmington. And I knew we had a chance to win it all. And so we got to the Breslin last year, came up short. But Coach John resigned. He the head coach of OCC now. Yeah. And that job became available. I knew the athletic director. And I just wanted to throw my name in the hat, inexperience from a head coach, but I knew as far as knowledge and experience that I was ready to, for the task. And I wasn't sure where that was going to go because it was a lot of qualified coaches, almost overqualified for that job. Right, it's a great job to have. So I put my name in the hat and just went out there and just was myself,
So I'm pretty sure, you're a black guy, you had a legendary school, Warren De La Salle. Yeah. I'm pretty sure, unfortunately, it's a lot of people that may be rooting against you.
Absolutely.
How does that make you feel, and how does that motivate you going forward?
Man, I love it. I thrive off adversity. I'm the best when it's a hostile crowd as a player. Like if you in Hanover, when you go to another city or town or whatever, it's like we gonna show up and show out. So I'm gonna put my best foot forward and let the results speak for themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as a head coach, you always need one of them guys. You need a great player. You need a superstar type of player.
Yeah.
You got one of them guys. You got Phoenix Glasnow, and you got other great players as well. But tell me about how your coaching is gonna help him get even better as a basketball player.
Yeah. Man, I'm just gonna kind of really take the leash off of him to keep it 100.
Okay.
I
know you're familiar with him already because he played on your AAU squad.
He's been successful, under Coach Jokai and De La Salle for the last 3 years. So I wouldn't say it's his coming out party, but we're definitely not holding anything back. He's a Toledo commit. He's a Mr. Basketball candidate. Yeah. He's just as hungry as ever. And so I'm gonna let him do him within, the structure of the team and everything else. And he's a good leader. He's a great kid, honor roll student, played multiple sports, does the saxophone, national anthem. Yeah. I've coached him since he was in 6th grade, so I've known him for a while. We got a good relationship. And not only that, he's the hardest worker on the team. I almost got to kick him out of the gym.
That's what you want from your star player.
Yeah. So we got a pretty good relationship, player coach, and I try to be a player's coach from just understanding, that player language, just not being too far from it. So looking forward to this season, and then Monty Portis as well. I think Monty is due for a breakout season.
Yeah, definitely.
He's hungry and looking forward to it. So I like my guys, I like our chances, and we just gonna put our best foot forward and let the chips fall where they're gonna fall.
So what was the conversation like with Phoenix? Did he know before you signed? Did he find out afterwards? What was the conversation between you two guys?
Yeah, I talked to him briefly, there's a possibility I might get the job, just gave him a heads up. Not knowing, if I was or not, I just know, I was in the final 5 of the candidates.
Okay.
So from there, he wished me good luck, and and like I said, I've coached him before, so he already knew, what he would be getting from me as a coach, and I knew what I was gonna get from him as a player. So and I just think it's a good match,
Yeah, absolutely. So. Excuse me. So it's so many different types of coaches. You got X's and O's. You got defensive minded. You got coaches that's gonna yell at you. Player coaches. Kind of describe to me what's your coaching style?
Like they say, styles make fights. I'm just gonna adjust and adapt. Every game is not gonna be the same, and we gonna do what we do. And teams will have to adjust to us. And I'm looking forward to the chess match. It's a lot of great coaches. Yeah. We in the best league in the state, top division in the state. It's gonna be challenging for me. It's definitely not gonna be easy, but I'm looking forward to the challenge. Just from a hooper, from a competitive, basketball player, I'm bringing that same competitive edge as a coach.
Right.
So, when we play against each other, you can't guard me.
Right.
That's my mentality, so as a coach, my job is to be prepared to be able to out-coach you, you know, and that's the mindset I'm going into it with, and that's the tone that I'm setting with my kids.
So you were selected to be an all-star coach for my first annual Michigan High School All-Star Day, and I wanted you to be a part of it because I know you're a good coach. I know you're in tune with the guys. Talk to me about what you thought about the event overall, and how bad did you like secretly really want to win that game, even though it's an all-star game?
Yeah, man. Anytime you lace them up, you know, you on a huge platform, you definitely want to like show up and show out. So definitely didn't want to lose just from bragging rights, you know. And I'm gonna talk that talk afterwards too, so don't let me win. But it was all in fun. I was going against, you know, Jay Youngblood, you know, guy that I train, and you know, an elite pro himself. So it was fun. And just to shout out to you, you've been bigger and better, like bigger than basketball. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just from not only a basketball player, you changed the game as far as life after basketball. And I see you expanding and growing every time, from just the podcast to the All-Star game to the AJ shootout. Like it's no limit to what you've been able to do, you know. And I'm right on your heels. Yeah, like I love it.
You're definitely right there. I appreciate that, man. So I have to talk about you guys' schedule, man. I'm going through it. You like you said, you in the best league, arguably in Michigan. You know, you got Brother Rice, you got Orchard, you got UAD. I seen Wayne Memorial on there. They got a couple great players. You got some teams in Toledo. Why the brutal schedule, you know, for your first head coach job?
There's no other way. I only know one way. You know, all my life I want to play against the best, compete against the best, you know. And I ask my guys, and they want the same thing. So, you know, going to my first year, you know, it's not a year of moral victories. It's a year, let's get it done right now, today. You know, and that's a message that, you know, I'm sending every day, communication with them in practice and workouts today, right now. Like, let's get it done. So, yeah, like Wayne Memorial, 2 elite guards, high profile. Like it's definitely I got my work cut out for sure. We have our work cut out.
Definitely. So it's a lot of talk about Michigan basketball. So many things that, you know, people may or may not like. If I can give you one thing, you can change one thing about Michigan basketball. I give you one basketball wish, you snap your fingers and it's changed. What would it be?
For high school?
For high school.
Oh, it's more than one thing, but since we just gotta do one thing, man, I would probably say take the restrictions off the travel.
Okay, so open it up so that you're not just Midwest, you can go California, wherever you want to go.
Absolutely.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Take the restrictions, and then if I had a second one, definitely be with shot clock. You know,
we gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about that. But first, I know it's old right now. But, you know, you're a coach, so it's relatable. I want to talk about Darvin Ham. You know, he was fired from the Lakers, and, you know, a lot of people thought that, you know, he shouldn't have been fired, and, you know, it's different, you know, sides of it. What's your thoughts on should he have been fired? And, you know, give me your honest opinion about it.
Man, I'm a Lakers fan. I'm a Lakers guy. Detroit, I'm a homer all the time.
Right.
But my second team is the Lakers for sure. Or, you know, LeBron. I'm a LeBron guy for sure.
Same here.
And Russell Westbrook, just for the record. But that was in his second year.
No, that was his. Was that his second year or was that his first year?
Wasn't his first.
It was his second. It was his second. They went to the Western Conference Finals and they ended up losing. And some people were just saying that, you know, he didn't make adjustments and they didn't like his post-game interviews. They didn't think he was X and O's. You know, it was so many little things that people were saying. So, you know, it's tough, you know, as far as if he should have kept the job or not.
Yeah, I mean, me now being in this coaching business, you know, just like as a player, you don't really, you know, throw shade on another player. I wouldn't throw shade on him, but I just know being in LA in the spotlight, coaching LeBron, you know, in his first years as head coach, that's a tough position to be in.
It's an impossible job.
You know, I mean, and LeBron has gone through coaches, you know, great player, one of the best of all time, if not the best, but that's a tough job because, I mean, you're dealing with a guy that's probably sometimes older than a coach, you know, or knows more, you know, so it's almost like, it's a difficult thing to have, like, you know, good job to have, but it's a difficult thing to to conquer.
And then to follow that up, they hired J.J. Redick, who has no coaching experience aside from coaching like 8-year-olds, like his son and them. So, do you think they made the right hire, or do you think they should have went with someone that's more qualified?
Man, it's a lot of guys out there that deserve jobs. I mean, they kind of put in a dude, Sam Cassell. I was hoping he, get an opportunity to get out there. You see Doc Rivers keep getting jobs, and I think he's had opportunity to win multiple times. He hasn't done it yet. It's difficult. That league, it's a different ball game. But to J.J. Redick, I mean, high IQ guy. Went to Duke. High skill set. I'm sure he's gonna bring some things to that team. I'm looking forward to seeing how he makes adjustments. Because I think he can be bullheaded too a little bit. It's a fine line when you coaching pros. It's different from when you're on the court as a player. But when the millions start talking and you having to coach, it's different. It's easier said than done for sure.
So speaking of coaches, the best coach that I believe that I ever had is Benny White, and he always told me, he told me, I'll never forget. He told me his goal was he wanted to be an NBA coach. That's something that stuck with me. I admire him for that. What's your ultimate goal? What's your ultimate end goal that you want to accomplish?
Man, just anything I touch, be the best at it. I don't put no limitation on myself. I like to be prepared to be able to do it all. I was one of the top assistant and trainers at North Farmington. I can do skill development. We can be a player coach. I don't have no ego in it. I just want to be the best at whatever it is that is called for me to do. College, I think about it at times, depending on the freedom. I would like to be a pro skills trainer. Having that freedom to be able to tap in and teach the young guys, the little nuances of the game from a guard position, that I would love to do that job, to be able to travel and be around in that atmosphere. Like my pops always said, if you don't make it to the NBA, you're going to be in the NBA. And that kind of still stuck with me. He tells me that every day. He's like, you're still going to be in the NBA. So it's a lot of jobs out there, for me to be able to, have the opportunity to still pursue. But just one step at a time.
That's a great saying. So you mentioned earlier, about no shot clock in Michigan. I talked to all the kids about that. That's one thing that I don't like at all. What's your thoughts on, just not having no shot clock?
Yeah, I mean, we're behind. I know coaches that don't like the shot clock. They want to hold the ball and stuff like that. I mean, it's a new age now. We definitely are behind from when our kids get to college. We got to know how to play with the shot clock. And there's some tournaments that I know in the state of Michigan that we're in one. I think the Holiday Extravaganza, and then Horatio has some stuff to where we will play with the shot clock at North Farmington.
That's good.
I'm not sure if at Ferndale, but so we've been implemented slowly but surely. So hopefully everybody votes on it to where we can kind of get that shot clock in.
So you mentioned that, Michigan is behind. It's a lot of kids that's leaving Michigan. I'm doing everything in my power. I'm doing a podcast focused on young athletes. I'm doing high school all-star events. I'm trying to bring as much exposure to Michigan basketball as I can. Darius Acuff, you had Chaz Lulis, two great players, and there's more that left. What are your thoughts on them leaving because they think it's a better place where they can get, better competition and more exposure?
Yeah, I mean, two different situations between Chaz and D. Acuff. I actually like the Acuff move. Because he flourished from it. I'm for any kid, if you can progress and move forward, then go ahead. Now, if it's a counterproductive move where it takes you backwards, then no, you know what I'm saying? But he's an elite talent. He needed to get pushed, get more exposure, and I mean, now he's a committed Arkansas. Number one player in the country from a point guard position. So his move was pretty good. And I think Chaz's thing was just wanting to enhance his skills being prepared for college. And not saying that couldn't happen here because he was on a good coach and a good program over at King. But everybody's what what works for
different situations. So let's talk about North Farmington. You know, like you mentioned earlier, you guys got to the championship game. You know, you just came up a little bit short against Orchard Lake. Talk to me about, you know, I know you had strong bond, you know, with Tyler and Landon and Dylan and all of these guys. Talk to me about, you know, your relationship and your love with the North Farmington and, you know, almost winning the championship.
Yeah, man, we grinded every day. Like, that was our end goal, to get to that state championship and win it. And, you know, tip my hat off, salute to those guys for, you know, being pushed and liking to be pushed and embracing that. And that was the separation. As far as when we were in those tight games, it was a brotherhood.
Yeah.
And so you've seen that on the court kind of take into play when it was tight, when, you know, the games were on the line. And I love just being in the gym with those guys daily, working, grinding. I push them, I challenge them at 5 in the morning, they'll show up, you know, and then they trust the process.
Right.
You know, at first they like, you know, a little bit hesitant, and then as I got in better shape, I can show you, but I can tell you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was like something that was big, them putting in that extra work. You know, and that's why I tell my guys, you got to put in the extra work. Every team is practicing. Every team is going to do the basic stuff, but individually, are you going to do the extra work?
Right. That's where, when you can play as a coach, that kind of gives you an advantage. Just what you just said, you know, let me get in shape, let me kind of show these guys. So
yeah,
I think that's a big thing. I want to talk about a couple of great players that we have here in Michigan. You know, we got Trey McKinney. We got, you know, Darius Acuff, you know, 5-star level players. You know, they pretty much can go to any school they want to. You know, they just represented USA. They won the gold. You know, I just love everything about both of them. You know, their game, you know, their work ethic. They seem like good kids. Let's start with Trey McKinney. You know, just like, what's your thoughts on this guy? He's just, you know, an amazing player.
Man, all these kids are great kids, first and foremost. But I've known Trey just from with the UICD program. He played for me. I've trained him several times. I know his family. I know his dad. Good family, good peoples.
Yeah.
And the thing I admire and love about Trey is his work ethic. Like, Trey is never gonna get caught sleeping.
Yeah.
You know, as many guys, you know, trying to go after that peak right there, like Trey gonna pretty much stay at the top because he stays working.
Yeah.
You know, he's one of the hardest working kids that I've seen in high school basketball. You know, so I'm sure that transition to college, he's going to excel. And then with Darius Acuff, the mental makeup, like a lot of kids, he's, you know, just doesn't have his mental toughness. He cut from a different cloth. Yeah. You know, and you've seen that since he was little. You know, again, I coached against him since he's been 5th grade, and he's been the top of his class since 5th grade. You know, so he's a special kid, and I think that new wave and talent in Michigan is coming around. Like, we getting back to like the elite classes, you know, bringing some elite programs, Orchard Lake and so on and so forth, to where we putting the country on notice. I believe we should have 2 All-Americans in the McDonald's game this year with Trey and Acuff.
Absolutely.
So like, it's a lot of talent, man, and I'm looking forward to watching it, coaching it. And just guys like yourself, you know, bringing more notoriety and familiarity to all of these elite athletes. Marcus Stout doing a great job. The Athlazine guys, Jay Youngblood, like, you know, our generation is doing what we supposed to do and get it back, you know, and I'm loving it. Like, so it's big time.
What do you think about the decision as far as Acuff going to Arkansas under John Calipari? Do you think he made the right decision? How do you like that fit?
Man, everybody in goal is the league. I mean, it's simple. Calipari gonna get you to the league. You do what you're supposed to do. You know, he gonna get you to that league. Proof is in the pudding. Yeah. You know, so I like it. Acuff a high-profile player. Calipari a high-profile coach. Arkansas, believe it or not, a great program. Like, the student section and it's crazy out there. So, because I went to school in Arkansas. So it's gonna be bananas in Fayetteville.
I think I did a poll on Instagram and I put, you know, where is he gonna go? Where do you guys think he's gonna go? Michigan, Arkansas, etc. And the majority were saying it beforehand, so they pretty much, you know, thought that. So briefly, I want to talk about a couple of guys that, you know, that you look up to, that's influential to you. You know, I want to start with Rashad Phillips.
Yeah.
You know, I know you close with him. I know you played against him. I know you picked his brain. Just briefly, I know you can go on and on and on, but just briefly, just, you know, kind of talk to me about you guys' relationship.
Man, that's my guy, man. He's helped me from on the court. He's helped me off the court. We got a good relationship. We still talk to this day. He's an unbelievable businessman right now. I'm still learning and from him to this day. And I mean, he's motivated and inspired me in so many different ways. A lot of similarities within our game.
Yeah.
And he was a small guard, and how I relish being a small guard. I honestly didn't want to be over 6'1". Like, I was like, no, like Isaiah Thomas 6'1". Like, I'm straight. That's my cutoff.
Right.
You know, so I mean, Shad definitely was huge as far as in my success, you know, on the court and off the court.
Make sure you guys check out Rashad Phillips, man. Look him up on YouTube. He was definitely a Detroit legend for sure. So I wanted to talk about Moneyball.
Yeah.
Shout out to Desmond Ferguson. You always rocking some
representing
some
for sure.
Some Moneyball gear. You know, talk to me about you guys' relationship and then also your affiliation with the Moneyball brand.
Yeah, I mean, backtrack. I was always a UAD guy from UD Mercy. Rashad Phillips, Desmond Ferguson played together. I was always at those games. I never met D. Ferg until one of my first CBA training camps.
Okay.
We were on a bus together going to training camp. And he took me underneath his wing from there, and our relationship grew and took off ever since. And just, I seen his vision in Moneyball, and our Moneyball has been bigger and better each year. And that's been my guy since day one. And you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna be 1,000% Moneyball supporter, you know, to the wheels fall off.
Definitely.
So yeah, that's my guy, 100 grand for sure.
Shout out to Moneyball, man. So we're gonna get into the nitty and gritty now. So I need your top 5 high school players. Now, I know you coach at Warren De La Salle, so don't include Phoenix. Don't include nobody from Warren De La Salle.
I can't include them?
Don't include them. I know you would, so we're just gonna take them out, you know, since you coaching them.
Yeah.
Give me your top 5 high school players overall.
Seniors?
No, players overall. If they already graduated, they're in college, so I don't include them. So class of 2025 and
so A-Cup don't count.
Yeah, those guys are. Oh no, he's class of 2025.
But he in Florida.
But he's a Michigan guy. If he's in Michigan.
Well, I mean.
Well, actually, no. Don't include A-Cuff and Trey because they in a whole nother world. So just take them 2 out of it. Your team is out of it. A-Cuff and McKinney is out. That makes it a little bit more tougher, you know.
Yeah,
so that's why
considering I got an AU program and a squad full of killers. you know.
Top 5.
I'm biased, you know. But I guess to be politically correct. All my D. Rice Elite kids nice. All my D. Rice Elite kids nice. So I love y'all. But just for, you know,
just for the sake of
just for the fun of it, I'm not gonna include all of you guys.
Okay.
So top 20 in the state.
No, just top high school players. It don't have to be a senior. It can be a junior, sophomore.
Well, I think Sanderson, he's moved. He's supposed to go to school in Illinois. I like Sanderson.
I like him.
So I'm not gonna
don't
count
include him because he leaving.
Man, I'm gonna go guard play.
Okay.
You know,
it don't have to be by position. Just, you know, your best players.
Okay. I know I'm gonna leave somebody out.
Somebody always do. It's too many good players to not leave somebody out. So don't take no offense to this if you get left out.
Man, and no order though.
No order. Nah, definitely no order.
So I'm gonna go Landstone.
Okay. Out of Renaissance.
I'm gonna go Parker Lepper.
Parker. Okay, I gotta look him up. I'm glad you said a name I wasn't familiar with.
Yep. Goodrich High School.
Okay.
Big fella.
I'm gonna check him out.
Top 5.
Yeah.
You said no Monty, no Phoenix. I can't pick these.
Don't pick nobody on your team because I know they would be in there for sure. So don't pick them. Gotta make it a little bit more difficult for you.
I'm gonna go Leroy
Blyden Jr. out of UAD. One of my favorites.
I think Z Lawson don't count because he left to go to prep school.
Oh my God.
So that I can add it in another 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he don't count.
I had another 2. So then I'm gonna go. You got Leroy. I'm biased. Then I'm gonna go Robert Smith.
Okay, Robert Smith. I need one more.
And then if I had to pick one more, one more could equal 2. I'm gonna go with the Blackwell twins.
Oh, Moses and Marcus Blackwell.
Yeah.
Definitely. So you all strong, all guards.
Yeah, we
and
guard play. We running and gunning.
Okay, so you a shooter. I'm a shooter. We all shooters. You know, give me your top 5 high school shooters.
I love it. I love it. I mean, I got 2 on my team. Do those count?
You can count the shooters. We can count the shooters. So if you want to count them.
So shooting guards. Yeah, I mean, Phoenix Glasner.
Okay, Phoenix Glasnoy.
Monty Portis.
Monty Portis.
In the state,
Yep.
Jensen Lepper.
Okay, that's 3.
You know who that is?
I know about him, but I'm not as familiar
That's Parker
with him.
brother.
Oh, okay.
Freshman.
Okay.
Shoot the lights out. He gonna be
Okay.
special.
Okay.
Shooting guards. Leroy combo. So I'm not
He can shoot though. He can shoot.
Leroy.
Okay. So what's that? Is that 4?
That's 4.
Okay. So we need one more shooter.
Greg Grace.
Oh, Greg
Yeah.
Grace Jr. just
Greg
went
Grace.
to Brother Rice.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good 5.
Yep.
That's definitely a good 5. So let's transition to the WNBA. You know, I recently seen you posted something about Caitlin Clark on
CC,
Facebook.
yeah.
She's one of my favorite players. I love watching her play.
Absolutely.
You know, what's your thoughts on her?
Man, she's a game changer. You know, she fills the seats, and she performs at a high level. You know, I think she's the Steph Curry of the WNBA.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a huge Steph Curry guy, but I respect you, Curry. You nice, brother. You nice. You know, I mess with you. You know, but it took me a lot to say that.
You got it on camera too.
Yeah, it's all good. You know, I'm thorough. But no, I think she's special. I think she could have helped the Olympics. You know, as far as shot ability, making shots, stretching the floor.
Yeah.
Even if they put her in a reserve role, you know, I think they probably felt there was going to be pressure to play her because of the volume of like the crowd and everything. But 2028, hands down, she's gonna put on the show.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But if you would have put her in there this year, you got to take out somebody. So
yeah, I mean,
would you take out
me being
Diana?
a vet, I don't want to take out Diana Taurasi.
yeah,
And all of those girls are very deserving. I just said my spiel. I just wish she was on the
just
team.
fit-
Yeah.
Okay, so let's transition to, you know, the men's side of it. You know, the men's, you know, they barely got past France in the championship game. They almost lost to Serbia in the semifinal game, and they also almost lost to Germany and South Sudan. So they had 4 close encounters.
Yeah.
You know, ultimately they won gold. LeBron James was the MVP. What are your thoughts on Curry versus LeBron for the MVP? Do you think Bron deserved it, or you think Curry should have got it based off those last 2 legendary performances?
No, I mean, you know all too well as a player, consistency trumps all.
Yeah.
And I can't reward you, you know, for 2 games when my man played good or great for 6 games.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, Curry, you were the MVP for those 2 games, but they wouldn't have got there had it not been for LeBron's triple doubles, big shots, leadership, playmaking, the whole 9. So, I mean, it's almost kind of like KD and Curry, and KD getting MVP, you know. But Curry played phenomenal, did what he's supposed to do in the moment. But LeBron was by far the best player in the world, you know, Olympics.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2028, it's a crazy world we live in. They just won a championship, and now we talking, you know, 4 years later already. That's just the world that we live in. But 2028, you know, it's a lot of debate and talks regarding the USA if they will win gold.
Yeah.
You know, some think they would win gold, some think they wouldn't win gold. You know, where do you stand with that?
Man, I mean, considering we know how Europe is and we played over years and we respect their work ethic, their grind, They day in, day out, you know, persistent to get better and to beat America.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I had to play, just to backtrack, like my foreign import every day, one-on-one. You know, my foreign play every day, one-on-one. And his goal was just to beat me.
Right.
You know, so it's definitely not it's gonna be a tall task, but I don't think that the world or Europe or the rest of the world will ever beat USA. And just that's how I think.
So I don't want to make this a debate show, but just briefly, just to play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
You know, USA, they barely won.
Yeah.
They had 3, you know, once-in-a-lifetime players in Curry, LeBron, and Durant.
Yeah.
The class of 20, you know, not the class of 28, but the 2028 squad, they won't have anyone that's going to be like those 3 guys.
Mm-hmm.
And they barely won. And also the bigs, you know, you're going to go from Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid, and Bam Adebayo to maybe Bam, an older Bam, maybe a Jaren Jackson, maybe a Chet Holmgren. So you're losing significantly in talent.
For sure.
The bigs you're losing.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you say that they would, you know, why would they win without being biased?
When you play a game, does it matter if you barely won or not?
It doesn't matter if you barely win, as long as you win.
So the barely part don't even matter. I'm not even looking at we won. We took care.
So you're just looking at it like we won the game, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, everybody looking at it as the gap being closer, for sure. And is the gap closer? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Is the world getting better? Absolutely. But I just think, like, this is what we do. Like America, we a basketball country.
Yeah.
You know, and I think we always gonna hold or serve. You know, can we slip up and lose some games in between?
Yeah.
I think we're gonna lose some games.
Okay.
Like, I think, you know, like, but that doesn't stop you from winning the gold. Like, you still lose a game in pool play and still advance to come out. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't think we're gonna run the table.
Okay.
Yeah,
you just think we still gonna win gold?
Yeah, I think we're gonna win gold.
Okay.
When it comes down to it. I think we got some young, hungry guys.
Okay.
And then some guys that there's gonna be a different twist to the Olympics. They never seen a Ja Morant.
Yeah.
You know, Ja Morant on 10, they ain't seen that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little bit different. Like Anthony Edwards in 4 years might be a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know, we will struggle in the front court though, like with the big. So I am worried about that.
Okay. So I want to talk about the current state of the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a lot of rule changes. You know, they just implemented the in-season tournament.
Yeah.
You know, if I was the commissioner, I wrote down like a list of things I would change. You know, I just want to know your thoughts on like the current state of the NBA. A lot of people are saying, you know, they're not as excited, you know, to watch the NBA. They may like to watch the NFL or things like that. So I want to get your opinion and your thoughts on the current state of the NBA.
Man, I look at from a coach perspective. I look at different things. You know, now I don't view the game the same way I did as a player.
Okay.
I'm looking at different things. I'm learning different actions, different coaches. You know, making adjustments. You know, footwork, the little nuances of the game. Mm-hmm. So I still enjoy it to this day. Now, the competitive part, I don't think it's as competitive night in, night out, you know, into the playoffs, which I don't know if they can shorten the season, add some things, incentives to make them go harder. But I for some reason, night in, night out is not enjoyable to watch from a competitive side. Like you can almost know what's going to happen and how the outcome is going to be. So from that standpoint, it's more so entertainment, you know, until they get down to the nitty gritty. It's like National Basketball Entertainment Association, you know. So I think they can make some adjustments on that. Okay. And but the playoffs, I love playoffs still, playoff basketball. Okay,
so what is your favorite NBA team, your favorite NBA player, and please do not say Westbrook, bro. Favorite team, favorite player.
So I'm gonna just add. So favorite team always gonna be the Pistons.
Okay.
I'm a homer, you know what I'm saying. And then my next favorite team is usually where LeBron and Russell Westbrook goes.
Okay.
You know, so that would be, you know, the Lakers in Denver. I'm rocking with them. Lakers in Denver. But favorite player all the time, Isaiah Thomas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what is your top 5 current NBA players? Everybody is 100% healthy. You don't have to put them in order, but just your top 5 current NBA players.
I don't know order. That ain't that bad.
However you wanna do
I'm gonna go LeBron. I'm gonna go Joker.
LeBron James, Nikola Jokic,
I'm gonna go KD.
Kevin Durant,
I'm gonna go Giannis.
need one more.
I mean, I gotta backtrack because there's gonna be 3 Europeans in there. So the world is nice for sure. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Yeah.
But like Luka for sure.
Okay. So you got Luka in there.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna ask you your top 5, and I want these in order.
Mm-hmm.
Top 5 greatest players ever. It shouldn't be that hard because a lot of the older guys gonna be in there. Top 5 greatest ever. Who's number 1?
MJ.
Okay, Jordan's number 1. Number 2.
That's when it gets dicey. That's when it gets dicey. I don't know. LeBron might be able to hire me or something. I don't know. Rest in peace of Kobe.
Yep.
I mean, that Mamba mentality, that's a monster, man. It's like 2A, 2B,
Yeah.
LeBron and Kobe,
Yeah.
And then after that, I gotta go Magic.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna probably follow up with like Bird or Shaq.
Okay, so you got Jordan, you got Kobe and LeBron, you got Magic Johnson, and then you have either Bird and Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with those 5.
Yeah.
Those 5 or 6, you can't go wrong with them.
Yeah.
So let's go back to high school. We're gonna do one of my favorite things. We're gonna do a high school draft. Okay, so you're gonna pick 5 players.
Yep.
I'm gonna pick 5. We're gonna alternate.
Current or all time?
Current.
Okay.
Current high school players.
Okay.
So if they already graduated, we're not including those guys like Tyler and Landon. They already graduated.
Okay.
They in college now. So usually my kids, I let them go first. They're younger.
Yeah.
But now I'm younger. So I'm younger than you. So I'm going
sure.
first with the
Yeah.
first pick. Okay.
man.
So we're gonna do 5 players. You can pick however you want.
Okay.
By position or however you want to do it. So I get the first pick. With my first pick, I'm gonna go. I want you to name your player and why. So I'm gonna go Phoenix Glassnor. Phoenix Glassnor, but I got a good reason though.
Yeah.
We both about to pick 2 great teams.
For sure.
The game gonna be close.
For
I got
sure.
arguably the clutchest player to seal the deal for me. I got Phoenix Glassnor.
That's big time. That's clutch.
Who your first pick and why? Everybody is included.
My first pick gonna be Lance Stone.
Lance Stone?
Yeah.
Why?
He's just the ultimate competitor, fiery, feisty, tough, high IQ. You know what I'm saying? He's small, I'm small. I gravitate to the small guards, and he a winner. You know what I'm saying? Young fella, a winner.
That's one of my favorite players. That's definitely a good pick. So my second pick, I gotta go. I'm going Trey McKinney. I don't even think I need to say anything. One of the top players in the state.
I thought we couldn't include them.
No, that was in the other one. We included
Oh,
him. We
so
included
you
him in
didn't-
not.
Oh.
We included him not
Oh,
this.
okay.
This is different.
My bad, Trey.
Trey McKinney was my
That's
second
tough.
pick. Yep.
Well, shoot. My second pick, I'm going to go with Monty Portis.
Okay. And why?
Monty's clutch. Big shot maker, big shot taker.
Yep.
He can fill it up with the best of them. So, and I think that's a good backcourt.
That's a great backcourt.
Yeah.
So with my third pick, I'm gonna go. I want a big, so I'm gonna go. Am I saying his name right? Brady Schwartz. If I'm saying this right, I think he's 6'7". He can rebound. He can defend, block shots.
Talking about from Northview?
From Northview.
Yeah.
I'm going Brady Schwartz for my third pick.
That's a solid pick. I like Brady.
Yeah, he's
Brady
a good player.
pretty. Yeah.
I think he's going to Western, if I'm not mistaken.
You did your homework.
I did my homework on the bigs.
Yeah.
What's your third pick? Where you going?
My third pick, I'm going Parker Lepper.
And why?
He the best big in the state.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No intro needed. Just the
Okay.
best big in the state.
So I got Brady, I got Trey, and I got Phoenix. So with my 4th pick, I'm going to go. I'm gonna go Leroy Blyden Jr.
Y'all loaded.
Him with Phoenix. You know, he's high IQ, can shoot, can play on the ball, off the ball. He can do it all. I'm gonna go Leroy with my 4th pick.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Who's gonna pass?
I'm gonna make sure the coach tell them they gotta move the ball.
Okay. I was just checking. Just for balance purposes.
Yeah.
My 4th pick. Just let me see. I'm gonna go Seacon Houston.
So that's your 4th pick. So for my last pick, I'm gonna go Cam Hudson. Cam Hudson with my 5th pick.
You going across the state.
I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere. If you cold, I'm gonna find you. Cam Hudson with my last pick.
Ooh. Ideally, I'm gonna pick Rob, but just for fun, cause we small right there.
Yeah. And
you got height.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Trez from Centerline.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh my God, that's a great pick. Super ultra athletic.
Absolutely, and he working on this jumper.
Yeah,
He knocking down shots.
I went to a Centerline game last season. I talked to him after the game. That's a great pick.
So I think defensively we solid.
Yeah.
And we can put the ball in the hole. You got better scores.
I want you guys in the comments. Make sure you vote. Who you think teams will be better? Who will win? Is it D Rice team? Is it the coach? Or is it AJ? Y'all debate in the comments.
Who was coaching though?
Okay, let's pick coaches then.
I'm coaching.
You coaching your team.
Yeah, I'm coaching.
Okay, so I'm gonna go Steve Hall.
Steve Hall.
You can't go wrong with a legendary coach. He gonna get them in order.
For sure.
He gonna get them in order.
That's a good matchup.
Yeah.
It's a good matchup. Steve, what's up, man?
Make sure y'all vote in the comments on that one. So now what we're gonna do is, I know you do your research on the podcast and things like that. So I want to throw like a wrinkle in. So what we're gonna do is another draft is gonna be an NBA all-time draft. All time. So you can pick any player. We doing at their peak.
Yeah.
At their peak. So we're gonna alternate. I just went first with the high school. I'm gonna let you go first. If you want the first pick, you can have it for the NBA. Yeah. Do you want it, or you want me to go first?
You gonna pick LeBron.
You don't know who I'm gonna pick. Pick your player and why.
I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Isaiah Thomas, point guard.
Okay. Isaiah Thomas was your first pick. I mean, I gotta go Michael Jordan. We gonna pick some great teams. So if it comes to the clutch, then my team gonna win. So I'm going Jordan.
So Isaiah, my 1. At my 2, I'm gonna go Kobe.
Okay. Kobe, your 2. So what I'm gonna do is I gotta go LeBron James, man.
Yeah.
Arguably the best ever. He can do it all. So I'm gonna go LeBron for my 2nd pick.
At my 3, I'm gonna go Bird.
Okay. Okay, that's a goodie.
That was a toss up.
Yeah. Okay, so you went Bird. I'm going Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
He can do it all. We got some shooting. He can defend too. So I'm going Kevin Durant with my 3rd pick.
At my 4, I'm gonna go.
So many great guys.
It is. Give me with that throwback team. Give me Barkley.
Oh, I like that pick. That's a goodie. So I'm gonna go. Oh, I gotta go Shaq. I gotta go Shaq, the most dominant player in NBA history.
Yeah.
I gotta go Shaquille O'Neal. So that was my 4th pick. So now who's your last one?
I love Shaq, but Shaq, I gotta go Hakeem because that's your kryptonite.
That's one of my favorite players.
I'm gonna go Hakeem and Dream.
That's one of my favorite players. That was his kryptonite when he was in Orlando, but not LA. So
yeah,
that's a goodie. So I'm gonna go. You got Barkley for your 4. I need a 4. So I want to go. You got Barkley. I'm gonna go Tim Duncan. My forward.
Big fundamental.
What's the fundamental? Defense. I can dump it down to him. So I'm gonna be old school. I'm going Tim Duncan.
So y'all gonna be kind of slow.
We old school, man. We old school, man. So
I mean, we in our prime though. So let's just go matchups, pound for pound. So you got Kobe, MJ, right?
Yeah, MJ is better.
Two. Okay,
Yeah.
then at the 3 you got Bird and
Wait, do I got 5 players?
Yeah, you pick LeBron.
I got
Got to
5.
play your 1.
Yeah, I got arguably the best point guard ever.
So you gonna have the LeBron Isaiah matchup.
And who's gonna check LeBron?
Who's gonna check Isaiah?
LeBron.
Okay.
He can check. He check Derrick Rose. He can check Isaiah Thomas.
Okay. They a little bit different, but okay. Then you got MJ, Kobe. That's
They gonna pretty much. I'm not gonna say cancel each other out. I got the little edge on that one.
Yeah, for sure. And then you got
Bird and Durant. I like Durant with my team. I like Durant.
Yeah. Then you got I started to go KG.
Yeah,
big ticket. I was gonna go KG.
That is a good one.
But you said Prime. Barkley Prime is a monster.
Crazy.
Yeah. Barkley Bird and Barkley Prime is
crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah.
That's a goodie.
And then Shaq is Shaq.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. That's gonna be a good matchup. I want y'all to debate that one also in the comments. Which team you think will win? You think his team led by Isaiah Thomas or my team with LeBron as the point guard? Mm-hmm. So now we're gonna go to a segment called Elevate Your Game. So the name of the podcast is Always Elevating, and I'm a person that I'm huge on, always getting better. I always want to, progression. Always want to improve. So as a basketball player and as a coach, you always want to get better. So what's something about your coaching style or something that you want to get better at or improve upon?
Man, everything. Like I've been to already some college practices, sitting in several UAD, Coach Montgomery, newly hired coach over there, and just been picking his brain. He comes with a wealth of knowledge, having to come from that Big Ten Michigan State tree. So him and Coach Stone, talked to Cornell, man, a lot, did some little things, and just been trying to pick Coach's brain. Yeah. I don't know it all. I'm a new coach in this thing, so I'm trying to learn and grow and elevate every day.
Right. That's a goodie. So before we get up out of here, we're gonna play a game. It's called Quick Blitz, my favorite game. I'm gonna ask you about 10 questions or so, and I'm gonna give you 2 answers, and you just have to answer as fast as possible.
Like A or B or one or?
No, it's gonna be, I'm gonna give you the 2 answers.
Okay.
You just pick one. All right, so you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's get it. The first question is, which one would you rather watch, March Madness or the NBA playoffs?
March Madness.
Okay. Which one is better, Coach, AAU or high school? Yeah.
High school.
Okay. Who's the better scorer, Kobe Bryant or Kevin Durant?
Kobe.
Okay. Who would win one-on-one, Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown?
Tatum.
Okay. Who's the better player overall, Luka Doncic or Anthony Edwards?
Luka.
Okay. Who's the GOAT, Bron or Jordan?
Jordan.
Okay. Who is the most athletic point guard in NBA history? We got Derrick Rose or Russell Westbrook?
Russell Westbrook.
I threw you a bone, man. I got. So next season only, who's gonna be better, Jalen Brunson or Kyrie Irving? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'll be asking the ones.
Kyrie Irving.
Okay. Now, which one would you rather have? Would you rather have Steph Curry with Paul George athleticism or Luka Doncic with Paul George athleticism? I'll be asking. I know it's tough.
Curry, man.
Next season, who's gonna go further in the playoffs? The Minnesota Timberwolves or the Denver Nuggets?
Denver Nuggets.
Okay. Right now, who's better, Bron or Durant?
Bron.
Okay. Yes or no, would Michael Jordan three-peat in this era?
Absolutely.
Okay. 101, 3 dribbles, up to 11, ones and twos. Who gonna win, Steph Curry or Allen Iverson?
AI.
Come on, man. Also, 101, same rules. Who's gonna win 101, Kobe or Durant?
Kobe.
Okay. Now, which one is more crazier? You got Steph Curry with LeBron James athleticism, or you got LeBron James with Steph Curry shooting ability?
Steph Curry with LeBron James athleticism, or
LeBron
James
with Curry shooting ability. Which one would you rather have?
LeBron with Curry shooting ability.
Okay, this is the last question. Yes or no, is Bill Russell top 10?
Yes.
Denarryl Rice, man. Appreciate you coming on.
My God.
I'm going to be following you. I'm going to be at all the games, man.
I appreciate it.
Make sure you guys follow his head coaching journey. I'm going to put his Instagram in the description. Much success next season, man.
Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Bigger and better.
Oh, yeah. Always elevating.
Elevated.
It's your boy AJ, Mr. Automatic Jumper. Make sure you like and subscribe. We're going to be dropping every week on the Always Elevating podcast. Stay elevated.